What's up, guys? I just wanted to go over video number two. Video number two is going to be going over the application process. My last video, if you guys have been following, we kind of went over the steps required to go and pursue a career in the fire service. This is kind of moving right along into the application / written test portion. The next thing you need to do after you get yourself into some schooling is apply. Okay? And anytime you guys want to go over this, remember my Instagram, The Greater Alarm at Yahoo, or thegreateralarm.com. You can reach me on all three of those. We can talk about this as much as you want. So in order to find out who's hiring, there's a website called firecareers.com. Firecareers.com is a subscription. You pay $10 a month, and they give you all the departments in your area, or you can type in what area you live in or what area you want to work in, and it'll let you know when jobs become available. The fire department is weird. It's kind of like a secret society. Like before, it used to be like, hey, we're only giving the first 200 applications out. So if you want, you got to come pick it up between the hours of 1 and 2 on a Wednesday when you're probably at work, right? Now a lot of departments are going over to the online application, so it makes it really easy. You go on to, let's just say, lafd.org. They'll give you all the information, all the prerequisites required, and you're not gonna meet the prerequisites for a lot of them, but the ones you do, I highly recommend that you apply and take that test, because each test you take is a little bit more experience. Okay, so in order to find out who's hiring, when they're hiring, make sure you go to firecareers.com. There are other websites like this. If you Google it, it'll give you the same amount of information. And then now with social media, Instagram, Facebook, you can just go to, here's one of my favorites, Rio_Hondo_Fire_Academy on Instagram. I know it's kind of long, but they always put out whatever departments are hiring, especially in the greater Los Angeles. So if you're around this area, I definitely recommend following that on Instagram. So I found this in my garage the other day. This is a firefighter examination prep book. I got it from Barnes & Noble. This one's by Norman Hall, second edition. I'm sure there's more editions out now. There's probably stuff you can do online to kind of get you ready for a firefighter's written test. Usually you need 70% to pass. The test just usually consists of your basic arithmetic, grammar, reading comprehension, all the stuff you're going to do in school, with a little mechanical aptitude, a little physics, things like that. And I wasn't good at it. Because I wasn't good at it, I bought this book and I studied. I also had a couple more books like this, and just on my free time, whenever I was at work, I had a few minutes, I would look it over, take a little test, and each time I applied for a job, I got better at the application process. Each test I took, I used to fail all of them, but I started to get better. I started to pass all of them. So I highly recommend you go out and you get something like this, or you go online, or maybe reach out to some friends who might have this. Okay, so that's the application process, the written test. After the written test, you pass that with at least a 70%. Usually, obviously, you want to get highest possible. You move on to the physical agility. The next video will cover what the physical agility consists of, where you can register, and how to go about that. Okay, for those of you who are looking to apply, sometimes you are able to attach a resume. I highly recommend you guys start working on your resume. This is my very first resume. You know, it's very basic, has just all my basic information. And as time went on, they got a little bit better. I cut out some things that I didn't think were exactly pertinent to the fire service, and so on and so forth. For those of you who watched my last video, and you Googled a school around you who has a fire curriculum, and you're able to get in and register for classes, particularly fire tech classes, good job. This is what my first semester looked like. Okay, by the way, this is flyers I used to hand out at Rio Hondo. It basically tells you, hey, there's fire department or fire service orientation first Tuesday of every month. We meet at this time. Come check it out if you're interested. This is the first one I grabbed, and I still have it. It also gives you a kind of like a mock-up of how your semester should look. And all I did was follow this, and you can see mine's kind of marked off because as I completed them, I kind of checked them off. So this is what my first semester looked like at junior college. I took math, English, reading, and Fire Tech 101. Fire Tech 101 is your basic entry-level fire course. It usually covers the science behind fire, how to extinguish it, things like that. So, and it's usually required for all the other classes. You got to knock out 101 first. So, not all colleges are like that, but this is the one. It was like that for the one I went to. 13 units, full workload. Okay, so school, work, how bad do you want it? You got to get it done. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Like I said, the Great Alarm on Instagram, greatalarm.com, or the greatalarm@yahoo.com. All right. The next video, we'll be going over the physical agility and so on and so forth. Good luck.